happy April. It is the first family night of the month, and this month we will be celebrating Earth Day all month long. So this week's video is actually part of a sort of collaboration we're doing connected to Longwood Gardens Community Read program. So if you checked out our story time this week, it's centered around birds, and we'll also be making a bird-related craft today, and it is birdseed ornaments. So I think a lot of people during the pandemic have gotten into looking at birds in their backyards or communities through their windows during lockdown. So if you make these ornaments, they are a nice way that you can give some food to your local birds and also attract them near your house or window. Now, when you pick up this Go Pack from Northeast Branch, look in your Go Pack, there will be a raffle ticket. We will be giving away 2 different copies of Ruby's Birds, which is the Longwood Community Read for this year. And so fill out that ticket, and next Wednesday, if you are a winner, you'll be given a copy of that book. So without further ado, let's get into this week's craft. So in your Go Pack, there'll be a couple things. You'll have 2 different cookie cutters of different shapes and sizes. There'll be a packet of gelatin, 1 cup of birdseed in a bag, a paper straw, string or yarn to hang up your ornament. You'll also need hot water and some sort of mixing bowl. And I also have a spoon here to mix it with. So I'm going to start by adding my gelatin to a bowl. We have 1 packet here. Put that in, and it should be unflavored gelatin. So you might have used some birdseed sort of ornament recipes before, and usually they use peanut butter as a binder. So we've chosen to use gelatin instead because it's more allergy friendly. However, our gelatin is sourced from animal sources, so it's not suitable for vegetarians. Sorry friends, but what you could do if you want to do this at home is you could use peanut butter if you're not allergic, or some sort of pea butter, sunflower butter, some sort of allergy friendly option. You just won't add the hot water. So for our gelatin users, we are now going to add some hot water. I think about 1/3 of a cup, 1/2 a cup. Yeah, I think 1/3 should do it. And so if I was doing this at home, I would probably heat up the water on the stove, add gelatin, and mix until dissolved. But I'm here at the library, we don't have a stove top, so I'm just going to add this boiling hot water right on top of my gelatin. Now kids, have an adult help you with this. We don't want anyone getting burnt. So you can see this is just stuck on top here, so I'm going to mix it up until the gelatin dissolves. It smells kind of gross. Oh, this is not Jello gelatin. This is just really gross, unflavored gelatin. But I think the birds will like it. Okay, so that looks pretty dissolved. It's hard to see from this angle. There we go. It smells pretty bad. And so you can see I have a cutting board under here. So you want either a cutting board, baking sheet, something nice and sturdy. So now that the gelatin is all dissolved, I am adding my 1 cup of birdseed to this mix, and I'm going to stir it up. So you want to stir it till it's nice and well combined. I think they add some sort of fruity scent, or maybe it's a natural scent, to the seeds, so it'll smell earthy, but it smells a lot better than the unflavored gelatin. See, I'm mixing it up in here. All right, so it might be a little loose, but that's okay. So our next step, you want to take some tin foil, wax paper, parchment paper probably works the best, and lay it down on top of a baking sheet or cutting board. I have mine here, and now I'm going to put my cookie cutter on top. I think I'll put it solid side down. And as you can tell when you make it, it doesn't always lay perfectly flat, which is why, well, part of the reason why we're doing this on a sheet on top of wax paper. So next, I am just going to scoop my mixture into the mold. So if possible, I like to put it all the way to the top almost, but depending on how big your cookie cutters are, you might just want to make it like an even layer somewhere towards the bottom. So you want to fill up your cookie cutter almost all the way to the top. If it leaks out towards the bottom a little bit with some of the gelatin, that's okay. That's why you have some paper underneath. Just be careful. Maybe get a paper towel if it runs too much. My gelatin's running away. Just put this on there. Okay, so it's pretty much at the top. So what I'm going to do now is take my handy dandy paper straw, and that's going to poke wherever you want the hole that you're going to use to hang this up. So you want to wiggle it around a little bit when you go in because it needs to be hollow. All right, so once you feel the bottom, I want to pat my birdseed around it because I want to make sure it is going to stick up there. I'm going to spoon a little bit more mixture in just to make sure it's nice and sturdy, supported. Oops. All right, so I think this is decent. And once you have your mold filled up, everything looks okay. You have the straw sticking out of it, ready to make the hole to be strong. What you're going to do is pop this whole sheet into the refrigerator, and it'll take about an hour for the gelatin to set the seeds in place. So I'll see you in an hour for me and a moment for you, so we can see what it looks like when we're taking this out of the mold and how to hang it up. So it's been about an hour for me. So we're going to see if this looks like it's in good shape. First I'll start by taking out my straw, and I can see there's a pretty decent hole in there. You can't really see it now, but we'll make sure at the end that it's good. So, ooh, that's kind of gross. I'll peel my cookie cutter off the paper. You can see the bottom is solid. We'll probably have to fix the hole, so you can't really see it here. There you go. Okay, once you make sure that the hole is in place, I'm going to very, very gently push this out of the mold. Okay. Ooh, this is a thick boy. You might want to fill it up a little more thinly than me. You can see that it's much more solid at the bottom here than at the top because the gelatin sort of settles down at the bottom. So I'm going to scrape off some of the looser bits. But then again, just don't shake it a lot in your house. I think the birds will like if it falls apart a little bit. So what you're going to do is take that hole that you have and take your string. We're gonna thread it through there carefully. And here's a fun trick. If you're having trouble threading it through the hole, you can actually thread it through the straw. So put the straw through, then put the thread through the straw. The straw won't catch as much as the seeds and whatnot. All right, so you can use the straw to thread it through. You can see this here. Now I've picked sort of a boring square. Some of the bags have flowers, hearts, little people, sort of gingerbread shapes. I kept sort of the more homely shape for myself. But once you have the string, all you're going to do is tie it in a knot or have an adult help you. Now you could tie it ahead of time like this, or once you find a place to hang it, you can tie it then. But so this is all tied up. Now what you want to do is go outside, find a tree branch, a nail in a wall, a fence post, any place where you'd like to be able to attract birds and feed them. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this activity. Don't forget to turn in your Ruby's Birds raffle tickets, and I hope you have a great start to your April and a wonderful spring. Bye friends, I'll see you next Wednesday at 5:30 for another Family Night Craft brought to you by the Northeast Branch of the Reading Public Library. See you later. Hey, it's Miss A from the Northeast Branch of Reading Public Library. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe and like and check out some of our other videos. Also, don't forget to visit us in person at 1348 North 11th Street in Reading, Pennsylvania. We are open Monday through Thursday, and I release new videos on YouTube every Monday and Wednesday and some Thursdays.